Okay, so let's be invited to Pandemic Vanilla, second printing. I'm going to play with 2 players, so each one gets 4 cards. Let's do the initial infection. Ho Chi Minh City, oops, if I can open this, that is, gets 3 red cubes. Over here, 1, 2, 3. Santiago in South America gets 3 cubes. Osaka, again. Osaka gets 3 cubes. 1, 2, 3. And Cairo gets 2 cubes. Here we are. Bangkok gets 2 cubes. San Francisco also 2 cubes. Over here. Bogota gets 1 cube. And Atlanta gets 1 cube as well. And finally, Los Angeles gets 1 cube. So we definitely have 2 hotspots. That's North America, South America, and East Asia. Let's just pull out our 2 heroes. We are going to play, and this is my second playthrough, so I will be making mistakes. We're going to play with the scientist, and we're going to play with the medic. Since we only have 2 people playing, or 2 player characters, we're going to get 4 cards each. I've drawn them. Let's take a look. We have Tokyo, St. Petersburg, Washington, London. This will go to the scientist, and the reason is that she can actually heal diseases if she has 4 cards in the same color, whereas everybody else needs 5. And we have Moscow, Istanbul, Buenos Aires and New York for the medic, and that is really helpful because he can give her this card when they're both in New York, and they are very close to New York. So now we need to seed the player deck with infection cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Epidemic cards. I have to say I find this game fascinating in its simplicity. I mean, the rules are very simple, and the idea behind the game is simple but not simplistic. So it's a really interesting game, and the idea is the ideas behind it are very, very well implemented mechanically. I remember that I once read that there was a game called Defenders of the Realm, which was like Pandemic. And I thought, okay, well, you know, Pandemic sounded like dry to me and, you know, not very interesting theme-wise, and I saw pictures of the map, and the map itself isn't necessarily very nice. It's functional, but it's not nice. It's like a war game, and I kind of like, you know, I have so many war games that I thought, okay, if I'm going to play a cooperative game, you know, it doesn't have to look like this. So I basically went for Defenders of the Realm, and I've got it, and I've got its expansion, or one of its expansions, and it completely fell flat with my group, and it also fell flat with me. And I have to say, when I played this, I was like, okay, if this is what Pandemic's like, I'm never going to play Pandemic, because I really didn't like it. But now I've come to understand that Pandemic is actually quite different from Defenders of the Realm, and it is a really, really, really good game. So let's get this party started. Let's see which of our heroes gets to go first. They both start in Atlanta. The first meeple to come out is the starting player, and it's the scientist. Okay, so the scientist is going to They need to meet in New York so that the medic can give her his New York card. And New York, they're in Atlanta, is over here. So 1, 2 away. One, two. Okay, she's going to do the following. She's going to cure for 1 in Atlanta. Then she's going to move 2, 3. Let me see. Heal, move 1, 2, heal. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not going to help. So she's then going to wait for him. She's going to draw 2 cards. And she gets Taipei. Maybe she gets a blue card. No, she gets an epidemic. Great. So let's just take out the bottom card of the infection deck. Move the infection rate marker forward 1 space. Sorry about that. Essentially, we drew Taipei. So Taipei gets 3 cubes. We then discard this card, and then we go to the intensify step. So we take the whole discard pile, and we're going to shuffle it really well. And if we are unlucky, we will already have our first 2 outbreaks. If we pull Osaka, then Osaka will have 1 outbreak, and then it'll infect Taipei, which will also have an outbreak. So this could be a really, really quick game. Let's see. Number 1 is Los Angeles, few, and Atlanta, very good. So yeah, that's fine, good. Okay, so that's good. So now it's the medic. He's gonna heal for 1 in Atlanta. 2, 3, and then he's going to trade this card. So how trading works, it's called share knowledge, and it says give the card that matches the city you're in to another player, or take that card from another player. So we're going to give the New York card to the scientist, which concludes his so that was heal 1, 2, 3, and then trade 4. So he's going to draw 2 cards, and it's Riyadh and it's Bangkok, and then let's see, we infect Bangkok with 1, and then we're going to infect Bogota, and again no outbreak. That was good, but also close. So now the scientist is going to move 1, 2 to Atlanta. She's then going to cure the blue disease for 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then she's going to Ishi. She is going to fly to Ishi. No, she is not. She's going to move to Chicago. She's going to draw 2 cards, Karachi and Tehran, and she's going to start infecting cities. Ho Chi Minh City, brilliant. And we have an outbreak 1. So 1. And Bangkok is also going to explode and is going to infect. Okay, what's going to happen now? That's interesting. Because it would also infect Ho Chi Minh City again. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work like that, I assume. Because if it did, then we would have continuous outbreaks here. That's actually interesting. We'll have to check. Okay, but not Algiers, as Algiers has already had an outbreak. So, okay, that doesn't happen. Okay, so we're now at 3. Are we? No, we're at 2, I believe. Or are we? Okay. The medic's gonna fly to Bangkok. And he's going, for 1, he's going to heal for 2. He's going to move to Ho Chi Minh City for 3. And he's going to heal Ho Chi Minh City for his 4th action. He draws 2 cards. It's Lagos and Shanghai. And he's going to infect cities, and he's going to infect Cairo. And we're going to infect San Francisco as well. So that's got 3 now, but that's not too bad because the scientist is now going to move here for 1. She's going to heal for 2, and once we have a cure, everyone heals all of the cubes of 1 color as soon as they start healing. So that's her second movement, second action. Now we're sunsetting or eradicating this particular disease because there are no blue cubes on the board. So she's now second action. Third action, she's going to go to Tokyo, and she's going to build, for her 4th action, a research center. Good. So now she's going to draw 2 cards, Baghdad, and Beijing. And she's going to start the infection round again. Osaka. Oh God. Osaka can't, so it breaks out. And Taipei also can't, so it breaks out and infects. So we're not doing so hot, actually. The medic is going to move 1 and 2, heal for 3, and move for 4. He's going to draw 2 cards, Kolkata. So he's now at his hand limit. So next card we need to discard, and we're going to discard Istanbul. Let's see what we infect. Santiago. Oh God, that's an outbreak as well. And Taipei. Back to our scientist. She's going to heal for 1, move for 2, heal for 3, and then move to Hong Kong. She's going to draw 2 cards, Seoul and Mumbai. Very good. Let's look at the infection meter. It's Chicago, nothing happens because the blue has been eradicated, and Jakarta, which only has 1 cube so far, so that's good. The medic is going to heal for 1 in Osaka. He's going to move for 2 to Taipei and heal for 3, and then move to Shanghai. Mexico City, he's going to keep this card and he's going to drop Kolkata, and he's going to... Oh, and we've got an epidemic. That's not good. But it's a blue card, St. Petersburg. Nothing happens for this one, so we put it aside. And we're gonna draw 2 cards. St. Petersburg again, very good, nothing happens. And Taipei, and that's fine. So nothing happens there either. So that was the medic's turn. He's at 7 cards. So now the scientist is going to heal for 1. No, she's going to move for 1 to Shanghai. She's going to take the Shanghai card off the medic, which brings her to... Is she? No, hold on, she's not. She's going to... move for 1, move for 2, heal for 3, move back for 4. Draw 2 cards. Lima and Milan. Infect Atlanta, no. And Bogota will be infected and has 3 cubes now. So we need to definitely address this. The medic is going to give his Shanghai card to the scientist for 1. Then he's going to move to Taipei for 2, heal for 3, and then he's going to move to... No, actually he's not going... There's a direct line. He's going to move to... So that was 1, 2, 3... So he gave his card 1, moved 2, healed 3, and then he's going to move to San Francisco. Manila. Draw 2 cards. San Francisco. He's now at 6, 7 cards, and Khartoum. He's gonna drop the Khartoum card. He's gonna drop the San Francisco card. Let's infect some cities. Santiago has an outbreak. Cutting it close. San Francisco, nothing happens. Okay. The scientist is now going to move to Tokyo, where she's going, that's 1, heal for 2. Move to Milan. Or is she? Is she going to fly to Lima and heal? No, she's not. She's going to move to Milan for 3, and then she's going to move to Istanbul for 4. She's going to draw 2 cards, Cairo and Jakarta. Sorry, red was healed. Let's infect some cities. Bangkok. And Los Angeles, which only has 3 cubes, that's good. So now the medic's particular ability kicks in. He automatically removes cubes of cured diseases from the city he is in. So he removes Manila's cubes immediately. He is also now going to go to San Francisco, where he is at the moment. That's his first action. Number 2 is he's going to go to Los Angeles for his second action. Number 3 is going to cure Los Angeles for his third action, and he's going to go to Mexico City. And he's going to draw 2 cards. Algiers, which is going to drop, and Delhi, which is also going to drop. Let's infect some cities. Cairo has an outbreak. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're at 7, and Osaka, which is at 1 cube. We only need to heal the yellow disease. So, the scientists on her turn is going to move to Cairo for 1, heal Cairo for 2, move to Baghdad for 3, and heal Baghdad for 4. Just going to draw 2 cards. Paris and Atlanta. The medic is going to move to Atlanta 1, 2, and he's going to heal the yellow disease for 3. And you don't need to sunset them to win. It's enough that you heal them. Now, this is the easy mode, and it is the mode where you have the easiest cards possible, because the scientist has the possibility of, first of all, everyone starts with 4 cards. Now, if you're really lucky, the scientist might have 3 of the same color. So she's going to be able to heal very, very early, because she only needs 4 cards altogether of the same color, and she starts with 4 cards. When you have more players, it gets more and more difficult, because, you know, it might be a while until one person has 4 or 5 cards of the same color, because you can only trade cards, unless you are the researcher, I believe, if you are in with another player in the city whose name card you would like to trade. And that makes it infinitely more difficult, I find, at least. So, but of course I wanted to give you kind of like a little bit of an overview of how the game plays. I think it's a really lovely game. It's a game that I think non-gamers can learn and play quite easily, because the rules are simple. The rules are all on the board, and the rules for epidemics are on the epidemic cards. You just follow the cards, really, literally. You just do what it says on the tin, so to speak, you know, and you just follow that information, and that'll tell you exactly how to play this game. There is very limited teaching involved, and I think you can learn this game by playing it. And it's also, I think, probably, if I've ever seen a gateway game, then this is one. And I also would like to point out that it actually isn't very expensive. So this copy was £29, which is round about 35 euros. Yeah, I mean, it is not cheap, but of course, I mean, there are more expensive games out there. But and of course, the replayability is high, because there is a lot of luck involved with regard to drawing cards. You can make this more difficult because you have up to 6 epidemic cards. You can bring in, I think it's for up to 4 players. it can actually spiral out of control really, really quickly. And of course, that's what you would like to see. You would like to see this chaos. You would like to see this, you know, like those tense moments when suddenly it looks like everything is literally going to hell. So I'm really looking forward to spending some time over the Christmas season playing this game and curing some diseases and losing terribly and enjoying myself essentially. So I wish you all a very happy Christmas, and we will talk soon, I assume, on this channel. So until then, have a good evening and a good time.